Cody, you started with those stripes and you're ending with those stripes.
Yes, had to do it. Had to bring it out.
And the next award is Fan Favorite of Pre-Merge. And the person who got Fan Favorite Pre-Merge is Justin.
Almost unanimously. Congratulations, Justin. Oh my God, you made this season so worth
Tell
every
us
minute.
what makes you deserving of Fan Favorite, and just tell us more about everything that you did in the game that was just crazy.
Well, as everybody knows, I have a lot of kids, so I'm very competitive. Like all my kids, except for my 4-year-old, she doesn't play any sports, but all my kids play sports. I've been coaching for 20 years, so that's just my competitive nature is like that. It's got a lot better. Back in the day, it was horrible. Like I was so competitive, but I just like to win. Like if it's even rock paper scissors, I like to win, and a little trash talk here and there is good sometimes. So I do that. Like for this game, it was just all out of fun. I wasn't trying to. If anybody was pissed off at me, I hope you weren't. I'm sorry, but it was just out of fun to get some laughs and giggles and get the morale of the game up. Um, I mean, winning the fan favorite, that's I don't know. I just wanted to be fun.
Denara, girl, you played hard and you got played. Do you feel like snatching up that greedy necklace is what was the downfall in your game, or do you feel like it was something else?
No, it was 100% that. Like, as soon as I did it, I immediately regretted it. I was just so, like, into the idea that my alliance was strong, and I was like, oh, we can't risk Avery getting it. I mean, there's no point in hiding that. Like, even Avery knows. I mean, but I didn't even, like, I was like, we're going to go to Tribal. I don't want Avery to have it. But yeah, that is definitely what got me out, I think.
All right, and now we will get to some more awards. First award we're going to get to is the Best Alliance. And this was the Power Alliance of Julia, Niko, Bee, and Avery. So congratulations on that.
Okay. The next the next award is Most Robbed. And there were a few catchy most robbed that someone said Robert, so that was pretty catchy. But the two people that got the most votes for this one, it was a tie between Bee and Nicole.
Congratulations. I agree with those two. And the last one we'll get to is the person whose game deserves the most credit. And this award goes to Maggie. So, Maggie, any thought?
Thank you. That's nice to hear. I'm shocked, but yeah, that's good.
Maggie played a very under-the-radar game, but had a lot of influence in the game.
Last night, there seemed to be a clear division on the jury, and you had a different perception of the game than others. Explain this perception briefly and what you would like to say to others who did not share the same perception.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll just talk about it. I mean, obviously, I thought two people on the jury played very similar games, and there's one person that a lot of other people thought really deserved more of the credit, and there was one person that I thought they both deserved a lot of credit, and I think the one person deserves a lot of credit for gaining that perception, but personally from what I saw and from what I was told at Final Tribal, I would feel better about giving the other person the win, just because I feel like I couldn't get much explanation from one person, and another person really talks to me and was able to articulate to me, or at least what I needed to hear.
The next award that we are going to announce is Hero of the Season. This person got almost unanimous number of votes. The person who was voted for Hero of the Season was Mark.
Congratulations, Mark. You can unmute.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, and of course, to follow that up, we will go to villain of the season, which also unanimously almost goes to Josie.
Not surprised.
All right, and the next award is Best Duo. This duo did get a lot of votes, and this duo is Julia and Niko.
All right, Julia. Please don't hate me for this question.
Oh, yeah, I already hate you, so.
I know, so there's nothing I can lose. In a game where the strategy is to limit your threat level as much as possible, you gave a speech about being upset that you weren't being seen as a threat. So, shortly after you were voted out, are there some things worth more than an online game of Survivor, and is this situation one of them?
1000%. You said it yourself, this is an online game of Survivor. Don't get me wrong, I love the experience. I made amazing friendships, and I wanted to win more than anything. But there really are some things that are more important than an online game of Survivor. And the response that I had gotten during the pencil challenge really just sparked all of that. And I've never been someone who'll just sit by and let things be said. And I wasn't gonna stop being that person then. So if giving a speech on how I should be a threat made me a bigger threat, so be it. It needed to be said, and I said it.
All right, tying for player of the season. You really did have a target on you for quite some time. Is this what you thought? Is this how you thought your game would go? Did you think you would play less under the radar? How did you adapt to this? Do you think there are people in this game more deserving of the title of Sole Survivor than the 3 finalists?
So in terms of how my game went compared to how I wanted it to go is I think the game that I wanted to play was much more of what I was doing on the original Gazania. I had connections on both sides and was tossing out ideas and leading it that way. That's how I got paired with Julia and Bee through that, and also with Dinara and with Jake. And then the swap hit, and I found myself at a numbers disadvantage along with Julia, who I knew was my #1 ally in the game. And then I met Mark, and we were the 3 of us against the 3 Arnaria. And on Ari's 4th message to me, he asked if I was willing to vote out Julia, and that pretty clearly told me where we were at in the tribe, and that kind of totally changed how I wanted to play the game, because like Julia said, there are more important things in the game than just making it to the end and winning. And one of those things for me was I had this great connection with Julia and Mark, and I wanted to play the game with them. And in order to do that, it took us blindsiding the other side, and then from there it was kind of off to the races with big move after big move, taking out Justin by using Avery's fake idol, and then Dinara by using the advantage we got sent from Mark. And then we hit the merge, and all of a sudden seemed like everybody was telling everybody that Niko had to get out of here, and I completely busted my entire game open, and I don't regret the way that I played, but I knew that the way I got to the merge with that many tribals had just made it a very low likelihood that I was going to get there. And for your last part of the question of, do I think other people who were more deserving to get there? No, because every season is the season that it is, and the people who played that season right made it to the end. And there are too many what ifs and changes and rock draws and blindsides and guesses for who's voting for who. And so the 3 finalists deserve to be there, and I deserve to go out 8th. And that's the way the season went. But I'd love to play again, and hopefully my schedule will allow that again someday. And Also, I've been told multiple times that another reason I was such a big threat is because I can put together grammatically correct sentences at Tribal, and I don't know how to turn that off. So this is the game that I have to play. So thank you everyone for playing with me. It was awesome, and I wish you all the best.
And the other award that we want to give out tonight is the Sia Award. We do not have as much money as Sia, but we are going to give $10 to someone tonight. The Sia Award goes to none other than the iconic Rick Devens himself, Mark. Mark is definitely deserving of the Sia Award. He fought in this game, and just his idol plays and the way that he was always carrying his team and just his team effort and leadership and literally everything that he did in this game. I know everyone just appreciates so much. So great job, Mark. Did you want to say anything briefly? It's way past your bedtime.
It really is. Thank you for that. Send the $10 to donate it to breast cancer for me, please.
Awesome.
Thank you. That's awesome, Mark. We are going to move on to Josie. Josie, you were voted as the villain of the season and for making the best move in the game. You have been a true icon. Knowing the outcome of your game, would you go back and make a different move, or are you glad that you made the move when you did?
Okay, so I would not change my move at all. With my move that I made, either way I would have ticked off half the people, because I put myself in this position of I'm super close with Avery, Mark, and Maggie on one side, and I'm super close with Zeke and Amy on the other. And it's like, and then I had to make a decision which way to go. And then, so I don't, I would never go back and change it, but I was glad about my move. But yeah, either way, it would have ticked off half the people.
Okay, we're gonna go to Trey. Perfect timing. You were arguably one of the most fun players to watch and maybe one of the players to spend the most time idol hunting and thinking your way through an idol hunt. Tell us about your strategy, finding idols and advantages, and give us a little background on your idol hunting days. I remember during your interview, I think you referred to yourself as the plumber.
Yeah. So my strategy going into all of this was I wanted to find every advantage and I wanted to get rid of it. So whether that be me not playing it, me like hoarding them, me knowing where they are and completely flushing every sniff of an advantage that I found. My strategy for idol hunting was asking people for coins and then them giving them to me and then getting an idol. And it worked. It worked as well as I thought it would. Finding the lighthouse idol was relatively easy because I found a clue right off the bat. And then the very next idol hunt I went on, I found the lighthouse. And then within a couple more, I got, after a couple more rounds of that and a couple more days of that, I got Josie and Mark to give me enough coins to get me to 30. And then idol, baby. And guess what? It got flushed. Success, I guess.
I do recall a phone call between you and Josie and Mark, and I remember laughing the whole entire time because you guys were just over analyzing everything about the idol hunt, and it was great.
We worked our way backwards. We're master puzzle solvers at heart and complete amateurs in reality.
Great. Well, this is the end of our reunion show. Before we go, Cody and I do want to say a little touchy-feely something to you guys. Okay, so first off, I don't know if you guys realize, but Cody and I were recruited to play in the org that we met on Twitter. The only reason that we were recruited is because we made tweets about Survivor. If I hadn't sent a tweet about Winners at War about Tony, and I think it got like 700 likes or something, none of you guys would know each other right now. Like, it blows my mind that one simple tweet has caused this whole community, and like you guys have become Cody and I's like family and our friends, and I just am blown away that this could have been possible. Thank you guys for touching and changing each of us in so many ways. Like Cody and I have had so many conversations about how we're like, this is the greatest cast we could have asked for. Like, you guys are amazing, incredible humans, and I learned so much more about myself through this. And yeah, we just love you guys so much. And I will probably cry. I actually already cried. I was really emotional the other day when this was coming to a close. We will talk to you guys after this for sure. You guys are our friends over our players now. And of course, we will have more seasons. So please stay active and supportive. And we just love you guys so much.
I just want to add to that. My biggest takeaway is I can relate to Sarah and Jake because whenever I finished, I walked away with so much more confidence in myself and knowing who I was. I was able to, it was so weird to me that I was able to get online with a bunch of strangers and talk about something that I'm not even comfortable talking about with my family. And so that had a big impact. Also, Avery has shown me what it means to just 100% throw yourself into something and give your all. John, you were the most pleasant surprise in just being so unapologetically yourself, not giving a shit. Jamie shared so much with us, and that's where I can relate to Jamie because she got on here and just was so open about really everything in her life. And so I'm going to miss you guys a lot, but like Sarah said, we are your friends more than your hosts. And thank y'all so much, literally from the bottom of my heart.
And I do want to say a special thank you to Cody. He has been the best co-host I could have asked for. Through all the ups and downs, like he is my teammate and couldn't have asked for a better experience with him.
Thank you, Sarah. Literally the same.
When we first met, or not, we have never met in person. When we first started talking, like day 2, we were like, it was like we've known each other all of our lives. So it's just been so cool to do this experience together and for all of this to happen. It's awesome. So
sorry to get sappy with y'all, but I just hope you know how much we love and care about y'all as people over players.
This is why I'm sitting here at midnight in a parking lot.
And thank you for giving us 21 new perspectives on how to play this game.